All right, but the big discussion at this hour is Tamil Nadu and friction between the Congress and the DMK. Battle lines have been drawn between Congress and DMK over alliance talks for the 2026 Tamil Nadu Assembly polls. Congress MP Manickam Tagore has hit out at the DMK. In fact, expressed regret that the recent speeches of the DMK ministers have caused great pain among Congress workers. He also stated that Congress members should be given due respect in the DMK alliance. Otherwise, a suitable response will be given. Now, this comes after Tamil Nadu Chief Minister MP Stalin had ruled out alliance talks, in the sense power sharing talks. He said the alliance with the Congress is intact, but he doesn't think it will work in assembly polls.
ஒரு கருத்தை சொல்லியிருக்கு. அந்த கருத்து என்ன என்பதை இப்பொழுது எங்களுடைய பொறுப்பாளர் நெகோசியேஷன் டீம்ல பேசும்போது பேசப்படும். அதனால அதை பொறுத்த மட்டும் அது அவர்களுடைய கருத்தா இருக்கலாம். எங்களுடைய காங்கிரஸ் கட்சியினுடைய கருத்து என்பது திரு கிரீஷ் சோடங்கர் தெரிவித்தார். மரியாதை எங்களுக்கு தேவையெல்லாம் மரியாதை. எங்களை பொறுத்தவரை நான் உங்களை மதிக்கிறோம். நீங்க திரு தளபதி அவர்கள் போன்றவர்கள் எங்களை அவமானப்படுத்தும் பொழுதோ அமைச்சர்கள் அவமானப்படுத்தும் போது அமைதியாக விட்டிருந்தால் இந்த அல்ரஸ் என்ற ஐடி டீம் பண்றதை கூட விட்டுருக்கோம். ஆனா என்னன்னா இவர்களை பொறுத்த மட்டும் காங்கிரஸ் தலைவர்களை இப்படி பேசுறத நீங்க அனுமதிப்பதனால் காங்கிரஸ் தொண்டர்கள் இப்படி பேசுறாங்க. காங்கிரஸ் தொண்டர்களுக்கு அவர்களும் மனிதர் தானே, அவர் ஒன்றும் ரோபோட்டிக் இல்லையே.
People will decide on so many things. He will know that.
Do you think that his such talks or it will widen the relationship between DMK and Congress?
He is not the Congress. Congress is run by the president of the TNCC. They are with us.
But he is an MP.
That is for their party to take decision. He had become an MP with our support only. Otherwise, his margin was only 2,500 votes.
Well, to talk more about, these differences that are being aired publicly, we're now joined by Asad Abbas, political analyst, someone who supports the Congress, Harish Mohammad Ibrahim, political analyst supporting the DMK, and Sumant Raman, a political analyst there, neutral, joining us as well. Thank you so much all for joining us. And talking about these various statements that are being made very publicly, Asad, first to you, Congress clearly pressing for, both more seats and power sharing. Those seat sharing talks are not even begun. And on what electoral basis, however, is the Congress justifying this demand in Tamil Nadu?
Gargiji, I always believe with great power there's great responsibility and equal accountability. My heartfelt respect to a leader like MK Stalin, who the might of Bharatiya Janata Party still stands unshakable and unstoppable. And we are well aware of the respect he shows to Sri Rahul Gandhi ji, and he considered him as a brother, as a Thiru, as a dear confidant. So therefore, there's a saying, always hear what the kings say, always hear what the power centers say. Mr. Rahul Gandhi and Mr. MK Stalin have always been sacrosanct of their alliance. They stand united. All these rumors, gossip mongers, and all these dirty playing department of the Bharatiya Janata Party will not be able to shake the might. Let us understand, in the last held Tamil Nadu elections, it is the 150 plus seats of the alliance of the DMK and the Congress. Let us understand today, the BJP is in shambles in Tamil Nadu. EPS and OPS decided that Annamalai has to go. Let me tell you, I know Annamalai. He served as a bureaucrat, as a top-level IPS officer in Bengaluru, in Karnataka. When a leader, youth leader, dynamic leader, could be cherry-picked and thrown away from Tamil Nadu, that is the might of BJP is lying at the forefeet of EPS and OPS of the Anna DMK.
All right, Asad, but we're not talking about the BJP or OPS or EPS over here. We're talking about what DMK and Congress and what Manickam Tagore is saying over here. Let me also take this to Harish Mohammad Ibrahim. The DMK has drawn a clear red line against power sharing, and this has, as Asad has said, has been a long-standing alliance, and Congress-DMK have been allies. So why rule it out so firmly and so publicly instead of negotiating terms?
Gargi, there is a founding principles which has a strong stating that there will be no coalition in the state power when it comes to state assembly elections, and only there will be a coalition in the central elections is what the founding principles of DMK states. So once you can't go ahead and expect the DMK to go ahead and disapprove their own ideology or their own principles in accordance to the 2026 elections. Having said that, even during their minority government, they made sure they hold the entire power with all the ministries concerned, and they have never shared it. And the same will happen for 2026 and even 2226 when it comes to with DMK. Having said that, coming to the point Mr. Manickam Tagore is raising, it is a totally the incorrigible behavior of Mr. Manickam Tagore and the other 2-3 MPs who want to create a ruckus among the coalition dharma, which the DMK's high command and the Congress high command is practicing for the last 20 years, has been backstabbed through the BJP is what the sources have been telling. So we don't want to put our aspersions on Mr. Manickam Tagore or any kind for that matter, but the high command is very much clear. The relationship between Mr. Rahul Gandhi and Mr. MK Stalin is intact. And whatever the BJP or through the back doors of the BJP try to do with these kind of miscreants, it won't affect the party at any given point of time. It will stand firm. The 2026 elections will be faced vigorously against the DMK run through coalition along with the NDA, which is against NDA. And these kind of forces will never ever reckon in Tamil soil. And the Tamil people will always understand the ideology-backed DMK run alliance, which stands strong with the coalition dharma for the last 26 years, even the tyranny. Even the worst times of the elections comes in during 2021 or 2024, it stood strong. Even after 10 years of being not in power, it made sure to be intact with the Congress high command. The same respect Mr. Rahul Gandhi also has for Mr. MK Stalin, who is the first Chief Minister of India to approve Mr. Rahul Gandhi as a Prime Minister candidate. So he has the gratitude, both the High Command has the intact gratitude for each other. It can't be dismantled or it
All
can't
right,
be
so you are trying to
separate
separate Manickam Tagore from, the High Command of the Congress party. You're talking about the close relations that Stalin has with Rahul Gandhi. Sumant, Raman, what do you make of this? And also the fact that no official spokespersons from either party have come to debate this issue here on NDTV. However, does raising all this so publicly risk being seen as pressure politics playing out between two allies?
Look, there is a problem now. Till maybe even a week or 10 days ago, it was very clear that this was just a bargaining chip that the Congress was using against the DMK. But speaking to Congress leaders, and I don't mean Mr. Manickam Tagore alone, but there are several others in the party who feel that a share of power is non-negotiable. This is not a fight about seats. This is not about whether they will be given 25 seats or 30 seats or 35 seats. They would like an arrangement where, for instance, in Jharkhand, they are a coalition partner. Earlier on, they were a coalition partner in Maharashtra. So they feel that across the country, there is a model which is being followed. And why should Tamil Nadu be different? Which is a very, very fair demand. Look, let's face it clearly. Without the Congress in their alliance, the DMK will find it difficult to win. They can, brazen it out and say that we are going to sweep the election and win 200 seats. It's not going to happen. The Congress provides that cushion of 4.5% votes, which takes the DMK combined above the NDA. If the Congress leaves, there are two problems. One is you lose this 4.5%. More importantly, you lose a share of the minority vote. Third, very, very important, is the perception. This entire election was built on the one side, you have the formidable DMK Congress alliance with the communists, with the VCK, with the Muslim League, with all the other parties there. And on the other side, you had a fragmented NDA with only AIADMK and BJP and nobody else. This was the narrative. Now, AIADMK plus BJP plus PMK plus TTV Dinakaran's AMMK, they've all coalesced together.
And you have TVK on one side, all said and done.
Yeah, TVK on the other side.
On one side,
if at this stage you see cracks or splinters in the DMK alliance, it's going to be an absolutely uphill task for them to win the election. So I think the Congress holds all the aces in the pack at this moment.
All right.
If the DMK is going to dare them, Congress could still come down and settle down and say, okay, we'll go on without power. But if they do that, I think they'll be missing.
Right, Asad Abbas, I'm just coming to you, but I want Harish Ibrahim to speak on that. Congress arguing that alliance should go beyond seat adjustments and reflect shared governance. Why is that so unreasonable, given it's been such an old alliance and partnership?
Gargi, as I said earlier, even when it was a minority government back then, there is no principal ideology which states that DMK would share power, because the autonomy, which speaks a huge volume by the DMK, not only across India, their autonomy, the statehood autonomy was brought into place only with the DMK's actions, when even the governor's right to go ahead and hoist the flag is what the state autonomy is all about. So the DMK stands by it right from its inception, and it will stand stronger even for another 100 years. There is no single point of sharing the government or the governance, is what Mr. MK Stalin, who categorically denied during the last summit as well. And it will reflect even if the Congress is because, as I said, Mr. Sumant is portraying that there has been a friction. There is no friction at all. Even Madam Kanimoli, when she was there last couple of weeks to the Congress High Command, she made it clear, and all those intact, and the alliance is intact, and only the seat sharing will take place.
But how can you deny there is some friction? Look at the kind
I think he has not
statements
seen
being
the
made.
videos from Madurai today.
Okay.
One second. Let me
Meeting
anything,
today.
sir. If
Well,
we want to,
Sir,
if we
please
want to
see
go
the
by
videos.
each and every, if you want to go in each and every the state across the full booth level kind of all these kind of records, then no party can go ahead and
Tagore
have.
is a member of parliament.
And he's a very
confidant
senior-
of Rahul Gandhi. He's
So
not
what?
just
So
somebody-
what?
He's not a booth
So
level
what?
worker.
So what, sir? So
No,
what?
but what he's saying
Why
is
not?
correct. Manickam
Yes,
Tagore
yes,
saying we
yes.
need
Even
this
Mr.
respect.
Annamalai,
Gargiji?
Annamalai, who was then state president, is kept aside
Praveen
by the
Chakravarti
BJP.
is not a
Gargiji.
No,
nobody.
you can't.
We're not talking about Annamalai. Okay, just let's
don't-
get in
you
Asad
don't-
Abbas here also to talk about Asad Abbas for the Congress. If the DMK refuses coalition governance, Manickam Tagore saying that we deserve that respect and we, need a share of the power also. One wonders, will the Congress still remain in the alliance? That is the big question, and that is what Mr. Sumant Raman has also spoken about.
Gargiji, those who understand politics will know the importance of alliances. Like in the world of politics, let us understand there is a Machiavellian pragmatism which is associated, be it EPS, OBS of the Anna DMK or be it the Bharatiya Janata Party. Let us understand that for the betterment of the DMK and the Congress Party and the India Alliance, it is very important, even beyond personal party ambitions or individual political ambitions, is keeping the alliance together. And knowing the depth and maturity of an MK Stalin, a stalwart leader like him, and his respect for Rahul Gandhi ji and the long-term association, they would not just move away for a statement coming from individual leaders. Let us understand, Manickam Tagore from his side has spoken of those 10 seats. He speaks of only the 10 seats which have been lost by the DMK. So I think it's all right to make a statement like that. But largely looking at it, let us understand, what did Tamil Nadu chief of the Congress party make a statement? He said that the election process is going very, very smoothly. Negotiations are ongoing and we are going to start on February 22nd. Nothing the BJP is thinking will happen. The BJP wants to pull someone out of the India Alliance to split the vote bank. But it will not happen. We are intact with the alliance. These are the words of Selva Peruntagai. And he says that the alliance with the DMK is sacrosanct no matter what the BJP tries to. But the real question here is, what is the standing of a BJP in Tamil Nadu? Zilch, zero, nothing. They are at the mercy and feet of EPS, OPS and the Anna DMK, without which they are nothing. An able dynamic leader of Annamalai who came in was taken and thrown away from the party. Why is EPS, OPS become the remote control of the Bharatiya Janata Party? This is what the BJP, the people of Tamil Nadu are asking today. Where is the Tamil pride, Tamil culture, Tamil name like an Annamalai, who was indeed the youth, the leader of India's future? Where does he stand? This shows that for BJP, anybody is dispensable. In the world of Bharatiya Janata Party, power above everything else.
All right, now again you've come back to
Sakursika.
the BJP and NDA and the other alliance, but we are talking right now about the differences
Let
that
us
are
speak
emerging.
of all of them, Gargi
bickering
ji.
that is coming out, and let's
Why
get
let us speak of all?
Sumant
Why
Raman,
only Congress?
what do you have to say on what Harish Mohammed said just now regarding the DMK, and also does Congress even have you've spoken about the loss that the DMK will face should Congress pull out, but does Congress have the electoral leverage in Tamil Nadu to really justify this power sharing demands? And yes, the negotiations for seats will start on the 22nd.
I'll be very honest with you
Congress
and upfront,
contested
Gargi.
alone about a decade ago, they got around 4.8, 4.9% vote. So if we assume, and one thing we must remember, that the Congress vote is also a concentrated vote. It is not evenly spread out across all the districts of Tamil Nadu. It is significantly there in certain districts. For instance, Kanyakumari, the southernmost district, the Congress is actually a major force in the state, in the district. So I think that we have to understand that the Congress knows that the DMK, and mind you, the DMK has never won an election contesting alone. Never in the history of the party. It has always won only through alliances. The AIADMK, on the other hand, Jayalalitha went alone in 2014, 2016, where she was already in power for 5 years, and she said, I will still go alone, and she won. So I think that the DMK in its history, ever since they tasted their first big electoral win in 1967, has never contested an election alone. There is no way that they could win an election if they contest alone. So that is why the Congress realizes an opportunity. You must remember, 2006 to 2011, the DMK failed to get a majority. It was with the 34 members of the Congress that they ran a 5-year term without sharing power.
Right.
And the reason for that was because the UPA was dependent on the DMK at the center. Now that is not the case. There is no UPA government at the center to bother about. So the Congress is saying, why can't you share power? It's a very, very fair request.
All right.
And there's no argument. No, Gargi, the argument to say that we can't.
That we historically never had this, yes.
That is not an argument. I'm sorry.
All right, that is not an argument. I'm, the final word to you, Harish Mohammed Ibrahim, your response to this. And yes, negotiations, we believe, are expected to begin on the 22nd.
February,
yes, on the 22nd of February. And perhaps all this is all pressure tactics ahead of that. We'll wait and see if the Congress really pushes for that power sharing.
Pragmatic
but why
alliance
not?
politics.
Yes, Harish Mohammed, go ahead.
Yeah. Coalition is a mindset. You can't boast about that Madam Jayalalitha won it single-handedly because she can't run and prove her coalition dharma intact. She is not to be trusted, and she made sure Vajpayee government fall within a couple of months. So she can't go ahead and rule the state government with any kind of coalition, be it in center or be it in state. So don't speak and boast about that Madam Jayalalitha won. Even DMK, if they want to go ahead
but
and
this is all in the
face
past.
the election
Now
single-handedly,
that as an example.
So she is not to be trusted in a coalition government.
All right, but let's talk about right now, about the DMK and the Congress.
When he is going for history, we should remind him in the history also how Madam Jayalalitha not to be trusted in a coalition politics. She will never ever rule this land. Even the ADMK, if we want the DMK to go for
isn't there anymore. Her soul rest in peace. But yes, go ahead.
Because he brought.
All right, let's move on from that. Let's move on to what we're talking about this.
Okay. Come to the point.
These differences coming out.
When it comes to 2026 election, both the parties which is in difference will get to the drawing board, and the consensus will be made ahead of elections. So whatever the BJP and the neutral political analysts try to do and create a friction, it will never ever happen. The continuation of the complete 2025-26 will be faced with Congress in alliance, and it will happen for the next 2029 parliament elections as well. So whatever the neutral political analysts or whatever the BJP want to try, they can try hard.
All right, I think we'll leave it there. Thank you so much all for joining us.
Vijay will turn out to be a damn squib. Watch out. Vijay.
All right, that we'll have to wait and see.
Surprise.
Yes. All right, well, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much. And as we said, yes, negotiations between Congress and DMK to take place on the 22nd of February. And perhaps all this is just, pressure tactics ahead of that. And staying with Battleground, Tamil Nadu, it's a full-blown political face-off with Chief Minister MP Stalin launching a sharp attack on AIADMK leader Edapadi K. Palanisamy, saying there is no buyer for EPS's bid to defame the DMK. Meanwhile, Udayanithi Stalin has taken a swipe at TVK Chief Vijay. Stalin also targeted the BJP, saying that the Dravidian model won't bow down, claiming the BJP is the boss while the AIADMK is just a branch. He urged cadres orders to stop the BJP's entry into Tamil Nadu. On the other hand, Deputy Chief Minister Udayanidhi Stalin trained his guns on actor-turned-politician Vijay, holding him responsible for a death at a recent rally and demanding answers.
உயிரிழப்புகள் அதிகமா நடந்துட்டே இருக்கு சார். விஜய் எங்க கூட்டம் போட்டாலும் உயிரிழப்புகள் நடக்குது. உரிய பாதுகாப்பு ஏற்பாடுகள்
இதெல்லாம் நீங்க வந்து யார்ட்டு சரியா நீங்க யார்ட்ட கேட்கணும். நானா என்கிட்ட கேட்கணும் நீங்க
இல்ல சார். அவர்
யார் இதுக்கு பொறுப்பு எடுத்து யாருக்கு பதில்
சொல்றாரு? அமைப்பும் சொல்றாரு.
திமுக அவர் பார்த்து ஆரம்பிச்சாரு.
அவர் வந்து
All right, with that, we'll slip into a short break. News updates continue on the other side. On the other side, coming up, a special interview with Congress leader Ramesh Chennithala.